So in this video, I'm going to show you the most effective strategy for trading meme coins. And this has been my best and most profitable strategy since I started trading crypto in the past 5 years. So make sure to stick around all the way to the end. But even more important, I will be running a challenge where I will be using this strategy to trade meme coins, starting with $100 all the way to $100,000. And I will be sharing everything, including my wallet address, in my Telegram group. So make sure to use the link in my bio to join the Telegram group. So in this video, we are going to cover 5 main steps that makes this strategy the most effective meme coin trading strategy in the market today. And these 5 steps involves looking at the coin's tokenomics, the pricing data, whether the Dex is paid, the socials, and 4 bare minimums that I always ensure a crypto meets before I even buy. And I'm sure you have seen various strategies that use Dex Screener to filter high conviction trades. So in this video, I'm not going to be using Dex Screener, but I'm going to be using a very popular bot in the market today. And this bot is called Photon Solana. So once you're here, then we are going to look into the 5 steps that we talked about. And we are going to start with the tokenomics. And the best part about this bot is that it provides filters that allow you to get rid of coins that are not worth looking at. So when you come on the far left side, you can see filters over here. And if you click on that, you can see there are various options that you can use to set up your bot. So the first thing we are going to look at are the tokenomics. And this includes mint authentication, freeze authentication, LP band, top 10 holders, but they also include another option here where you can filter tokens that have at least one social. So always ensure that the mint authentication is disabled. And disabling the mint authentication means that the developer cannot be able to create any more tokens apart from what is circulating in the market. And that means there will be no introduction of new tokens that may dilute the price of already existing tokens. Secondly, ensure that the freeze is disabled. And this is because some developers may include an option in the contract that allows them to freeze your ability to sell your tokens if you're holding a significant amount of money. And this means you may not be able to sell your tokens even when you are already profitable. Next, ensure that the LP is banned. So checking the top 10 holders ensures that the bot only displays tokens where the top 10 holders are not holding a significant amount of the tokens. Next, you can check the last option to ensure that the tokens that display here have at least one social. So next, you have an option to customize the liquidity, the volume, market cap, transactions, the number of buys, and the number of sales. But for me, I only focus on the volume and the market cap. And this is what we call the pricing data. So first, the volume is what determines whether the price of a coin is going to skyrocket. It's basically what drives the price of the coin. So I usually set the volume to at least 5,000. You can also put a maximum, but I don't do that. And then the market cap, because we are focusing on newly launched meme coins, I put it at 14,000, but you can also put it at 30,000. Also the volume, maybe we can increase it to 10,000. But the rest, I mostly leave it like that. Let's apply as it is. So there we go. But you can see that we don't have very new coins. And you can see the number of coins appearing here have reduced. You can see this one was created 34 minutes ago, 1 hour ago, almost 2 hours, over 2 hours, over 3 hours, and so on. But if you want more newly created coins, you can just come back to the filters and maybe reduce the volume to around 5,000 where it was, and the market cap to around 15,000 as we had put it, and then apply. And now you can see we have more coins appearing over here. You can see 2 minutes, 4 minutes, 7 minutes, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, and so on. So next, we look at the number of dexes that you want to look at. So you can see we have all these options. We have Radium, Pump.Fun, Orca, Meteora. But personally, I mostly look at coins that are trading on Pump.Fun and Radium. So we can uncheck these two and apply. So now we only have coins trading on Pump.Fun and Radium. And you can see here the Pump.Fun label and Radium. But before we move on, it's important that you note that Pump.Fun is similar to a pre-sale platform where you can be able to buy coins that have just been created, or you can also be able to create your own coins. But after the tokens have reached around 55,000 market cap, they then move to Radium. So if you see a token that has the Pump.Fun label and the Radium label, it's because they were created on Pump.Fun and they have already reached a 55k market cap. That's why they have moved to Radium. And this means that there are many people who bought into the token when it was on Pump.Fun, and the demand is what pushed the meme coin to Radium. which is why I mainly look at coins that have already moved to Radium. So let's open this. Also this one. There is also another one here that has moved to Radium. Another one and another one. So now we have all these tokens that are already trading on Radium, even though they were created on Pumpfun. But some of them you can already see that they are already dying out. So once you're here, you can now eliminate each token based on how it's performing. For instance, you can see this one pumped within 2 minutes and it hit over 100k market cap, but then it dumped all the way to 14k. So it's very difficult to tell whether this token is going to recover from this. So most times I just eliminate most of them. But before that, it's important that you look at the pricing data, and that means the transactions, the top holders and the holders. So if you look at the transactions, you can see there is nothing much going on over here. Even though there are a few people who are buying a lot of tokens, you can see $427, $142, $140, but that should not fool you. So let's come and look at the holders, and you can see most of the coins are being held by a few people. You can see 6%, 5, 4, 4, 4, and so on. And if you come here, you can see there is one issue because top 10 people are holding 40% of the tokens. But also if you look here, you can see the developer has already sold his bugs. You can see he sold at this point. So you keep off such tokens, and that's why I can't buy this coin, because that means the developer does not even believe in the token himself. So let's eliminate that. We come to the second one. You can see that the developer bought the token and then sold it in a few minutes. But even after that, the token continued to pump. You had the first wave, the second wave, and now we have the third wave over here, which enabled the token to hit 100k market cap. So let's come here and look at the transactions. And you can see there is some action going on over here. So let's look at the holders. And also you can see there are a few people who are holding a significant amount of tokens. And this is where we now look at the socials. And you can see this token already has 3 socials. So let's start with the website. But this website is not working. Let's see the Telegram. And you can see there is nothing going on over here. They have not posted anything. Let's look at the X account. There is no such account. So I don't know why it's pumping, because nothing is working in the socials. So I'm just going to pass it because I cannot invest in a token that nothing is going on. So you follow the same process and eliminate those that do not meet your requirements. But another thing that I've not talked about is checking if the Dex has been paid. And this is because it's always safer to invest in a coin that the developer has already put in some money by paying for the Dex. And you can use this platform known as checkdex.xyz and just paste the token address here. And you can see the Dex screener is paid for Toby, which is a good sign because it means that the developer has already put in some money and they are likely to continue investing by marketing the token. So now that we have talked about everything that you should look for in a token, there are 4 bare minimums that I had talked about when starting this video. And the first one is ensuring that there is an active community within the socials of the token. So you just go to the Telegram or X and see whether there is engagement in those platforms.